to do this?
Is that something? What do we?
Do you think that automated driving should be allowed?
Look, I think that if Waymo finds itself here in New York City, then our city government will be sure to provide not only oversight but also regulation, and that is both true to what the purview will be of DCWP and also beyond that throughout our entire city government.
Hello, how are you both?
Doing well. How are you?
Related to Amy's question is about AI. That's a really big thing, especially under a current mayor who loves technology. You could say, you know, is that something that you're going to be looking at, and in which ways do you think you could, you know, I know some people are thinking of AI right now, some legislation. I mean, what would be your role in protecting many people, even us in the media, from these computers possibly taking away jobs?
I think that it's a concern I've heard from many New Yorkers, and in terms of the potential impact of widespread job loss. I know it's already a reality for a number today, but that number is only going to grow. And so we are going to be sure, whether we're speaking of DCWP or just city government in general, look to protect workers, look to also ensure that the conversations around artificial intelligence are those that will help New Yorkers as opposed to ones where they will end up becoming the cost of the implementation.
On-topic questions? Yeah, go ahead, Josie.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how's it going, Josie?
So under Mayor Adams, street vendor enforcement shifted from under DCWP to sanitation. De Blasio had made it under the purview of DCWP. Would you support going back to putting this under DCWP?
Those are conversations that we're going to have with the commissioner and with the deputy mayor.
And then I have a second question. Sorry about my voice.
No worries.
So Mayor Adams recently jetted off to Mexico and then Georgia. I think he's still out in the world somewhere. Is this having any impact on the logistics of your transition at all? And do you want another inauguration next week?
It is not having an impact on our transition, and the mayor is invited, as are New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs, to join us in celebrating the beginning of a new era in our politics.
Jennifer, we're doing off topic, yeah. Can you talk to us, Mr. Mamdani, more about the inauguration, the plans? I mean, it's the first time here, at least in New York City, we've seen like a block party afterwards. Do you plan on joining the people after you get inaugurated? And where did the thought come to do this?
You know, the reason that I'm standing before you as the mayor elect of our incredible city is because of the support, not just of those who voted for me, but frankly for those who volunteered over the course of this campaign. We had more than 100,000 volunteers. And so we wanted to ensure that as we celebrated the beginning of our administration, it was a celebration that was not simply for the typical people who would be invited to an inauguration, but in fact for everyone. And we're already so heartened by the response from New Yorkers who understand that this is not my success, it's our success. It's not my administration, it's our administration. Similarly, it's not my inauguration, it's for all of us. And I think that I'm so excited, frankly, at the prospect of celebrating the entirety of our city as we look to the work that we have to do moving forward.
Are you going to join any of those New Yorkers along the party route?
I currently I do not know.
When the election was over, you had 2 months of transition. Now you got 9 days. Funny how that happened. I'm wondering if you feel like sending a message to New Yorkers about building your administration. Is it possible that you take office with major vacancies still in place, be it deputy mayors or commissioners? And if that happens, what should New Yorkers take away from that?
We are fully confident in the team that we are assembling and in the pace at which we are assembling it. When we take office on January 1st, we will have our cabinet ready to deliver for New Yorkers, and there will obviously be appointments that continue beyond that time, as it always does under other administrations, but we will have the people in place necessary to start to deliver not only on our affordability agenda, but frankly, to deliver on the day-to-day services that New Yorkers require.
Just wondering where you're going to be having your secret swearing in at midnight, and then for this 4,000 people, spill the secret. But for this 4,000 people that are getting tickets to the actual ceremony, who are those people? Can anyone apply for those tickets? And then what sort of security precautions are there going to be for the block party? Do you guys know how many officers you guys are going to have? Will there be barricades? So forth.
So I can't tell you the specifics in terms of the number of officers, but I am deeply thankful to the NYPD for their work in protecting New Yorkers and the work that they will do on that day, and also protecting New Yorkers and ensuring it's a day of celebration. And the New Yorkers that the 4,000 New Yorkers will be ones that we invite. However, the block party is an invitation to all. And then your final question, I think, the swearing in at 12:01. Those are details we will be releasing soon.
We all saw Kat Acosta step down, and I think you might be aware the ADL just released a report on the more than 400 people you appointed to transition committees. Among that report, they identified Ms. Ansari, who posted a cartoon depicting Israel as a dog. There was another person on the Committee on Worker Justice, Kazi Fuzia, who said resistance is justified hours after October 7th. Someone else saying Zionism is racism from the Committee on Legal Affairs. Someone from the Committee on Worker Justice who shared a post that said Zionists are worse than the Inquisition and the Nazis. Will the policy of your administration be to reject candidates who are actually hired to your administration when they express anti-Semitic positions or have anti-Semitic statements in the past? Are you going to automatically reject them from your administration? And then were any of these statements or these people that I identified or that were identified in the report, were these already flagged or identified by your transition team?
So I have always spoken out against anti-Semitism and hatred in any form, and have made it clear that the commitment I have made to protect New Yorkers, to protect Jewish New Yorkers, is one that I will uphold as the next mayor of the city. And we must distinguish between anti-Semitism and criticism of the Israeli government. The ADL's report oftentimes ignores this distinction, and in doing so, it draws attention away from the very real crisis of anti-Semitism we see not only just in our city, but in the country at large. And this is a team we are speaking of more than 400 New Yorkers that we have assembled to advise on the transition. These are committees, 17 of which that range from worker justice to the importance of the arts. And we will continue to build an administration of appointees that reflect not only our commitments, but also the fulfillment of our affordability agenda.
But did any of those examples I read, or in the report, if your team looked at it, did any of those go too far to where you said, okay, this is kind of anti-Semitic?
I think there's no tolerance for anti-Semitism, and also when we're thinking about critiques of Zionism and different forms of political expression, as much of what this report focuses on, there's a wide variety of political opinion, even within our own 400-plus transition committee, on the Israeli government and its conduct.
Add to that, Taylor?
Yeah, please.
I was on the transition committee. I'm also a Jewish New Yorker. I have every confidence that the mayor-elect will be a mayor for all New Yorkers. If I had any doubt whatsoever, I would not be standing here today.
Thank you guys so much.
All right.
Thank you.